Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to Scarland, a land where we take survival building to the extreme. And we are now in version 2 of Scarland because version 1 is now available for download. And if you didn't know, that's right, Scarland is available for download, and you can find a link to the download and the 360 tour of Scarland in the description of the video. But we're moving on to bigger and better things, and that is our first stop in our renovation of the Scarland transportation system. So this system was built way back in 2011, and it is in dire need of an update. So what I've done here is I've destroyed the station, and I've created a little pit for all of our redstone needs, and of course all of our new structure that we're going to build around this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a system that will be able to allow us to launch a minecart to go in either direction that we choose, and also have a retrieval system. So that's super cool. All right, so we're going to stand right on this block, and we're going to, if you're following along with me, maybe in a different world and you want to create a system similar, this is a, we have our line going across here. This is 6 by 6 between these two walls. So the basic system and then a block in the center. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start bringing this out. Now I have a really rough little drawing that I've made over 2 years ago, because this system and this station was actually, there's a prototype in version 1 of Scarland. But I destroyed it and I didn't take a screenshot. So I'm kind of going off memory and this little drawing that I drew a long time ago. So hopefully this works out, my friends. All right, so we're gonna make sure this connects together. There we go. So now we have our little switch right there, looking good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a powered rail right there. And then as you can see, this is starting to look good, starting to get there. And I'm gonna place an unpowered rail right there. And then I'm gonna count. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We may take that block out. This may not need to go that far, but we'll see. So we're going to make our little powered rails go out to about here. So about 3 blocks or so. I think about 3, let's do about 4. I think that'll be good. This block right here at the very end, no matter if we do 3 or 4, will eventually be removed, and that'll be a hopper placed there. So depending if we keep that at 3 or 4, we'll adjust that as we need. All right, so from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to bring our powered rail across here. And like we talked about, that block there being removed in place of the hopper, this one is actually going to be replaced with a dispenser. So let's jump down here and start getting set up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little pillars on either end here like so. And this will allow us to power our rails above and then give us a good distinguish, this is where it switches. Just helps me line up things properly. All right, so I'm going to go like this. So 3 blocks from there. And then I'm going to, let's see, I'm trying to remember how this goes, my friends. There we go. We got this. Don't worry. So I'm gonna go 2 blocks out from there and bring this across there like that. All right, I think we're good so far. And at any time you need to pause the video, definitely do so. There we go. And I'm gonna bring that across like that. There we go. And I'm so glad I've kept this sticky note all these years. There we go. I'm gonna give that a quick little bang. There we go. And then I'm gonna place another block right there. Awesome. Then I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to remove that block we talked about before. And I'm going to jump up here and grab myself a dispenser. There we go, looking sweet. And then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to shift click there, and I'm going to place that block like so. All right, there we go. I'm going to grab myself a sticky piston, remove that, and grab a cobblestone wall. There we go. And then I'm going to jump up here, put that down like so. I'm going to place a temporary cobblestone block, and I'm going to place another temporary cobblestone block right here. Boom, there we go. And I'll place a little piston up here, or a pressure plate, and that makes everything work together like a beauty. There we go, looking awesome. Look at that, nice. So as you can see, we get on here, we stand here, the minecart is dispensed. We stand, we click, and we join into the minecart. We are now one with the minecart, and then once we leave this pressure plate, we are launched. Now, you might be asking, but Scar, how do we go to the left, as the track only points to the right? Well, we're gonna have a button right there, and we're gonna click it, and it's gonna send a little circuit over there, and it's going to have a delay on it so that the button can last longer than a standard button interval, and it's going to stay over there for us to get through there. So hopefully this all works. I built this so long ago, way before the fishing cabin project actually, so hopefully this all works out. So as you can see, this is kind of our shape where we've got right now. We're gonna put a button right up there. So we're going to take this button, we're going to place that right up there. So at this point, you guys might need to help me a little bit because I don't know a better way of doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a little step down. I'm just going to create a little step down like so. just for our redstone to follow. Now, I'm sure there's a better way of stepping down the redstone. Let's just make sure everything is working. So we're going to click that. There we go. Perfect. So I'm sure there's a better way of bringing the redstone down like this. You guys can definitely help me, and hopefully you guys can, shoot me a screenshot or something like that maybe. There we go. And we're bring that piece down like so. Okay, so now we're moving on to our next phase, and this is the delay switch. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this block out like that, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. Boom, bada bam, like that, as you can see. And then over here, I'm going to place another one like that. So as you can see how that's kind of starting to flow together. And I have another sticky note from this, from literally 2012 when I needed it for another project. There we go. Because I'm awful at redstone and I do very little of it. So so sometimes I have to rely on my sticky notes from a long time ago. All right, there we go. Click that, and I think that's gonna work perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna delay this as much as possible. I'm gonna give these 2 clicks. I can't remember the exact interval, but we can always adjust and change as we see fit. All right, so now I'm gonna place another one right there. So as you can see, an overview of how this looks. So redstone, repeater, repeater, redstone, and then over here, repeater, redstone, 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 and then as you can see, the whole pattern all comes together. All right, now an issue might arise. I think it'll be safe. I think we're going to be safe. This isn't going to mess with this, but if it is, we can always adjust as we see fit. All right, and I'm going to come over here. I'm going to place another one like so. I'm going to give this that delay. There we go. So then once again, you guessed it, we're going to do this one more time. Now, what we're going to do here, make sure everything's lined up perfect. And we're going to bring this out to about there. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to add, I'm going to add one right there, making sure these arrows are always facing this way, and these arrows like this are always facing straight, okay? And then from here, I'm going to bring this block all the way across here, make a little line across there. I'm going to line up right there, okay? As you can see, and then I'm going to bring these pieces down like so, and oh boy, I hope this works. There we go. We're going to bring that right up to there, and then let's see if this all works together. So we click this, and we click that. Oh, what have we done? What have we done? What have we done? What have we done? We haven't seemed to have any power, so we'll figure out where we've gone wrong. Oh, it is working. Oh, but there's a, it's not being delayed as much as I would like. Let's try that one more time. Okay, let's see how we got this. Okay, all right, it's not being delayed as much as I want. So give me 1 second. Let me kind of mess around with this a little bit. I think we don't have to change much, but give me 1 second. Let me catch my breath, and I'll be right back. And welcome back, and let's take a look at what we've done here. So as you can see, all of the redstone repeaters are at their farthest tick. So as you can see, all these sections are at their farthest tick. So as you can see how this all kind of flows together. Now the one thing I've done is added 1 additional repeater after this branch. So once it kind of comes together, I put 1 additional repeater to strengthen the response that comes through this section along here. Now that actually made a pretty big difference. So let me show you what this all looks like now. So once we jump onto our little, pressure plate, and we want to go to the left, not the right. So what we do is we hit the button, we jump on our minecart, and as you can see, we are sent on our way. And then it flips back to its original orientation. And of course, if we want to go right, we don't have to do anything. So I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully that works together and you guys enjoyed that. Now you might be asking, but Scar, what if we don't want to stop at the station and we want to keep going? Well, this is where this trapped chest comes into play. We place down the trapped chest, and when we're coming through here and we realize, oh, the track is switched, we gotta hit it, and we hit this button, that will send a little signal over to here, sending us straight and keeping a straight and narrow path here instead of taking our little left-hand turn or right-hand turn into here. Dyslexic, you know how that is. So instead of going into the station and heading over here and having our minecart, dispense into the system. So I think that's pretty good so far. So let's jump over here now. We're on our 4th block. Remember our 4th block? We talked about this before. We're going to remove that. And we are going to replace that with a hopper. We're going to place our hopper right there. And what we're going to do here is make sure we set this up in the right orientation. So as you can see, we're going to start to bring this from here. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that was set down. So I'm actually going to remove that now. Okay, so we're going to take our hoppers and we're going to bring them and make a pattern that connects over here. So as you can see, we're connecting it to the dispenser, and that's 2, and that's 3, and that's 4. And now we're going to start to bring this all the way into here. So as you can see, making sure you shift click and having the direction so the minecart goes in here, and these little doodads are facing this way. So the minecart is going all the way over here to the dispenser. Awesome. So now we need a way of getting our minecart broken. So I'm just going to put a little bit of scaffolding down here. I'm going to take myself a sand block and of course a cactus, and we'll place that right there, and we'll do a little something so our cactus doesn't grow like crazy. But as you can see, we jump over here, our minecart is dispensed, and if we go to the right, as you can see, that's how that works. No, come back here, minecart. There we go. All right, I want to show you guys how this all kind of works. I don't actually have a powered rail right here, so I'm actually going to start it at this point. So as you can see, goes through there, and then it'll work its way across here. Maybe we can even see it going along. But as you can see, it'll go across here and get right back into the system, and we're back once again. And there we go, my friends. We have a fully functionable station that meets the demands of a modern Minecraft busy world, and I think this is a pretty good system. So hopefully you guys like it. I know I'm not the best at redstone. I'm sure there could be many different ways of doing it, but I think this works for me, and it works for this particular way we've done the system here so that we can, you know, engage into the station or choose not to, and then choose our direction. And yeah, so of course, if you guys know any more efficient ways of doing things, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear some feedback. And of course, if you want to replay any of the video or look at how this all kind of lines up, you can pause the video at any time here just to kind of look from above. And well, guys, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And at our next episode, we're going to make this a super fancy station. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and we'll see you later. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. So we are flying high above Scarland, and we are looking at the original area of Scarland down below. This was created way back in 2011, where we built the original house out in the distance now, and of course the Nether Castle, which we're cruising over